then after that, you hooked into the Destroyed Adventures. What was that? How'd you hook into that? And
Yeah, right after the Monster Island thing, or right around exactly the same time, it seemed like. What it was I was rehearsing down in Cambridge at a rehearsal complex, and the guitarist Tony Pavadore, he was at a party in another room while I was rehearsing, and he heard me playing down the hall, and so he got curious of who was playing the drums, and so he left the party, and as he told me the story, he was walking down the hall, and then he stopped and he listened, and he said, I got to find out who's playing those drums. So he went down and he approached my room from the outside, and the story as he told me, he said the walls were shaking, so he opened the door and he introduced himself, and then he asked me if I wanted to jam, and that's how the Destroyed came about.
so they brought the thunder drums of Bert Switzer into the Destroyed. So he was on guitar.
Yeah, originally he was on drums, and then he decided he was going to do it on guitar because they couldn't get the right drummer, he told me.
And then Joe was on vocals.
Joe was on vocals, yeah.
And so you guys were the core, and then you had different bass players over the years, basically.
Yeah, as I remember, there was 8 or 9 different bass players.
That's great. Spinal Tap of bass players.
Yeah.
And so you guys went on to play a lot of shows. You opened for Jay Giles. You played the Rat. Did you play the Rat, or was that pre-Rat year?
Yeah, we played the Rat Gala in Boston, which was the big place for punk rock at that time, which the band was in existence from August of '77 to August of 2 years later, '79. And yeah, we did play the Rat the first 7 or 8 months, but then they banned us. You know, we were fighting. You know, there was fights with the Destroyed and other bands there, and there was arguments with the bouncers. Basically, you know, the bouncers hated us, the club owners hated us, the other bands hated us, and the audience didn't give a shit about us either. You know.
So you were too punk
I
for the
think we had
Rat.
about 12 fans in Boston, but we were really the outsider band in Boston at the time. You know, nobody wanted nothing to do with us. So, but we did play the Rat Scala until we got banned.